Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's me, Mary, and I'm here with a Felon Friday edition of Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, Love During Lockup, Word on the Street. In a classic case of don't believe what you see on TV, it is turning out that Daniel is a major douchebag. And just in time for the season premiere of Love During Lockup, Season 1, Chris Walker, do you guys remember him? Has been released from jail. Let's hop right into this. So, first of all, tonight is the season premiere of a new season of Love During Lockup, and we have a whole new set of fools, cast. So, we start off with Savannah and Bradley. Savannah and Bradley. With Bradley behind bars, will Savannah stay loyal or will she find out he's using her? Savannah, age 27, zero kids, from Virginia, and her job is an event bartender. Bradley, 29, zero kids, location Virginia, and his crime was transportation of a firearm. So now Savannah, navigating a complicated relationship with Bradley, faces doubts from friends and family who worry about their relationship as they've been never together sober on the outside of prison. Despite Bradley's sister's warnings that he's using her, Savannah remains deeply in love, yet questioning his true intentions. Already sounds like a hot mess express. And now moving on to another couple, fools. Couple. We have Kate and Hunter. Meet Kate and Hunter. Get ready for the twist of the season with these two. Ooh, twist of the season. I wonder what the hell could that be? So we have Kate, who is 38, no children, location Arizona, occupation yoga instructor, and Hunter, who has two kids, also from Arizona, and his crime is driving under the influence of marijuana. Oh, wow. Okay, so now, as for Kate and Bradley, Kate, Kate and Hunter, I'm sorry, Kate, a free spirited yoga instructor, rekindled an old relationship with Hunter after he was incarcerated, despite her hesitations and refusal to support him financially. While she supports Hunter's pen pal side hustle to find sugar mamas, his true loyalty come into question as unexpected twists fold, challenging everything Kate thought she knew. So let me get this straight. She refuses to support him financially. So she supports his side hustle of finding sugar mamas from in jail. Why do I have a feeling this is going to be a hot mess express times 20? So, yeah, the new season of Love During Lockup premieres tonight. Look out for my recap. And let's see how it is. So, moving on. Kimberly and Joey got married. Oh, yes, they did. And Kimberly, she looks beautiful in her dress. She really does. But Joey, you couldn't wear a pair of black jeans. If you were going to go with the jeans look, you couldn't do black jeans and black sneakers. Like, seriously. You had to wear a pair of faded jeans and white sneakers for your wedding. Like, come on, dude. I get it if you're not a dressy, dressed up type of person. But black jeans and black sneakers would have did you good. Just saying. So now moving on. Chris Walker from season 1 of Love During Lockup has been released from prison. Do you guys remember him? As in Chris and Gabby? Well, he was in prison on a probation violation and he was released just in time for Christmas. He posted to his little IG note thingy, happy to be home. And his sister posted to her stories, flee in full effect. Flea is his street name. So Chris Walker is back. Let's see how long he remains back. I wish him the best of luck. I hope he stays on the right path. But looking at his history, that's what I'm trying to say. His history, it doesn't look too good. Just saying. But I wish him all the best. Gabby has moved on with her life. She has a son. She's doing well. She's moved on. I wish her all the best. So moving on, we have Zaria and Troy. Okay. Zaria showing off her wedding dress. So I guess she is getting her real wedding like she wanted. And she did custom ribbon for baby Troy, I guess to wrap her Christmas presents in. And that's actually a really cute idea. She said she usually does customized wrapping paper, but she decided to do a ribbon this year. And that is actually a really cute idea. Moving on, we have Brittany and Key Rock, and Key Rock had some making up to do. Apparently, he yelled at Brittany, but forgot it was that time of the month. So the next morning, he gave her flowers and stuff to make up for it. I found that highly amusing. Moving on, we have Million Banks. He's a cute baby. I gotta give it to you. He is really a cute baby. And there was a post from Mike's sister that said that she thought that the baby looks like Michael Jr., while Maddie looks more like Santana, Justine's kid, which I think it's true. We haven't seen what the baby looks, well, sort of. We've seen what he looks like a little older. But, I guess when Justine and Mike return, because unfortunately, I have a feeling that they will be returning, but I guess we'll see. Now, in the case of do not believe everything that you see on TV, Daniel is a douchebag. Okay. I know on TV, Bianca is, let's just put it out there. They make her seem immature, crazy, greasy hair, all the things. Okay. But it is turning out that in real life and in off screen, Daniel is a douchebag. I'm just putting it out there. So, you guys may or may not know, Daniel and Bianca have broken up. She discovered messages on his computer, on his phone, whatever the case may be, that he's been cheating on her since basically the minute he walked out of prison. So, they broke up, and Bianca's back in Florida. So, to make a long story short, I was contacted by a young lady named Felon who started talking to Daniel around Thanksgiving time. She was introduced to Love After Lockup by her friend. And her friend was like, you really, you got to watch this show. There's this couple, Bianca and Daniel. Bianca's so cute, but I think she's really delusional, blah, blah, blah. So Fallon started watching the show. By the way, Fallon is named after Fallon from Falcon's Crest, not Jimmy Fallon. So um, she started watching the show, and she decided to send Daniel a message. She watched a couple of his TikTok lives, decided to send him a message. And she was like, I'm just so proud of you. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving, or whatever the case may be. It was around Thanksgiving time. So he messaged her back immediately, and they started talking. So they were talking in the DMs at first, exchanged phone numbers, and in the beginning of December, they're texting back and forth. So I'm going to blow this up for you guys. I'm going to let you guys read as I tell you the story. So they start talking in the beginning of December. And basically, as you can see, he starts love bombing her. Okay. There is here in the middle text message, he says, I knew that I didn't want to talk to anyone else last night after our what 5-hour call. I was talking to a few other people before you came along, and I want you to know that I reached out to those people and told them I'm interested in someone else. Someone else, meaning you. I know we never actually met, but I do want those things. I cannot have that if I'm not giving myself fully to you, and I'm talking to and if I'm talking to other women, how could I give myself fully to anyone? That's what I decided for myself. Apparently, this word salad, he sent word for word to Bianca in the beginning. Yeah, Daniel's a douche, but let's keep going. So, as you can see here, he did an AI picture of himself and Fallon, our first Christmas together. He's all mushy. He even sends her the post from the Love After Lockup Unfiltered group on Facebook, where he says, "The face I made looking into the mirror when I realized Bianca catfished me." Um, so now Cameron is Fallon's 21-year-old son. Cameron needed a place to stay. He was staying with a friend in Arizona, and he had to leave the friend's house. So basically, Fallon hooked up Daniel with her son, and Daniel gave her son a place to stay. And he was helping him with his TikTok and his social media, et cetera, et cetera. So when you see Cameron in these messages, that's Fallon's 21-year-old son, who is Daniel's roommate. Okay, so moving on. So, like he says, Cameron's helping me with TikTok. I don't know what I'm doing. So then, he starts with the baby. I can't wait for our bodies to touch, blah, blah, blah. Okay. He sends a video, which thank God it's blurred out. Didn't want to see the video. Now you see in the middle message, he just turns around and he texts Fallon and on Saturday, on this past Saturday, and he's like, "Baby," and she's like, "Hi, baby," and he's like, "I'm at a strip club and I feel so out of place, LOL. I'm with the owner of Kaizen Builders and some guy. Oh, by the way, that moving job that he got fired, but I'll tell you more about that in a second." So, this is some other building company that he's trying to get a job with, and he says, "I don't know, it didn't sit right, and I needed to know if you're okay with that. If you're not, I will leave right now." So then she texts him back, "I'm getting out of my bath right now. I'll text you in a second. Isn't that for a job you're trying to get?" And he says, yeah, well, I'm already in. So she says, "I hope you're enjoying your night. I'm getting Kaylee, who is her 7-year-old daughter, ready for bed, and I'm going to bed soon. Good night, babe." So then the next day, she, sent him a message. "Good morning, sweetheart. I slept better. I fell asleep early. How did you sleep? I just woke up." And then, he left her a bunch of voice messages. So, she just kind of chose to ignore that he was at the strip club. And then they get into an argument, and he says, "I got so angry at myself. I chose to hang up because I would have said something worse. I'm sorry, Fallon. I made another mistake. Please be patient with me. I'll be better. Why are you sorry?" "Well, I'm thinking about it after I said that, and it looks pretty pathetic. I'm actually all right. But what are you sorry about?" "I'm too open and inviting." "In what way?" "Emotionally, I lead them on." So he was really he was on TikTok doing his lives and basically just flirting and being a TikTok whore for money. And if you're in a relationship, you have to respect your partner, okay? And flirting with girls to get them to throw you gifts is not exactly respecting your partner. Then at this time, he had told Fallon that he loved her. So Fallon texted the paragraphs that you see on the right about exactly what love is, because Daniel doesn't know what love is. And he'll say, I love you just like the sky is blue. Do you guys know what I mean? So she's getting increasingly aggravated with him. Okay. He's not showing respect in the relationship that she thought that she had with him. Okay. So then he says, I've stopped doing it. Your feelings do matter. I see the meaning, but I didn't before. Fallon, you are right. My definition of love is distorted. I hung up because you interrupted me and wouldn't let me finish when you asked me to do that for you. I was calling myself the cheap hooker, FYI. She says, okay. He says, I want to be like your dad, but a little rough around the edges. He leaves a voice message, and she says, I see. And he sends a gif. And then she says, I understand. I'm going to lay down. No, he says, I understand. I'm going to lay down. I hope to talk to you tomorrow. You've been a huge support in my life. So he's already starting to like distance himself from her after telling her he loved her and love bombing her. And so then this was on Thursday. He sends her the Zoom link at the meeting he's at, and she asked him if he listened to her message, or no, did he see the video that she sent him? And he said, I haven't watched it yet. There's people near me. I'm not opening it here. And then she received, okay, now I know this is a little long winded and I'm trying to summarize it the best I can. But basically, he was flirting his ass off on TikTok. She would be in the comments. Okay. When she was in the comments, he wouldn't flirt. Then she would be his moderator. She was his guest at one time on TikTok and stuff. So she received a message from someone that she didn't open, but she was hearing and seeing things, and she, between that and his behavior on TikTok, she confronted him, and he's like, I don't know, what am I missing here? I am being loyal, dear. I am going live also. So she says, okay. He says, what is going on right now? I'm so confused. I offered all my passwords to you, some female. So she says, I've literally had the most horrid day. I literally go out of my way every day to calm me down, and you don't bother to call me. I think she meant to calm you down and you don't bother to call me. So she eventually says, I need to think about some things. I found something out and it's not sitting well with me. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And he's like, okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night. So she sends the peace symbol and she says, please delete all my pictures and videos I sent you. And he says, oh, all right. So now this is where she's getting increasingly angry. Okay. And she tells him, first, he's refusing to pick up the phone. She's trying to call him. He's refusing to pick up. So he says, I'm on the call with my cousin. I will call after, all right? And he says, no, I don't. And she says, LOL. And he says, this blindsided me. So she sent the gif of that, and says, a person like me, everything of my past that you know, everything you know I have gone through, and you choose to do what you're doing, I'm shocked. And he says, Fallon, I don't like this person I'm being introduced to. So then this is where he starts gaslighting her, guys, okay? She's trying to tell him, listen, you're not respecting me. I'm a grown-ass woman. By the way, let me give you a little background on Felon. She's 42. She has a 21-year-old son and a 7-year-old daughter. She is a retired defense attorney. Okay. She is heavily involved with a charity called Smiles Through Cars. I'm going to get into that in a second. But yes, so Daniel basically starts to try to gaslight her. And he says, I don't like this person I'm being introduced to. I'm trying to talk to multiple people now. I'm I'm trying to talk to multiple people right now. And yes, of course you have. I was at a meeting at the gym when you were in a panic. I didn't know. So she says, you are not now. I'm not a fucking priority. Everyone else right now when I've made you number one priority. So he says, Fallon, we talk for multiple hours every day. And she says, and you're still texting and have no idea what's happening right now. I'm on the phone with my cousin. I will call after, all right? And then he's saying, I'm not calling anyone babe or doing kisses. I'm not doing anything that would imply any sort of pursuit of any kind. I'm doing my absolute best to be my best, and these vultures are circling my corpse are not your friend. You know, I've had every best intention at heart from day one. Every time you've been upset, had a panic attack, been to the point of in your bed with the blanket, covering your face and having trouble to breathe, have I not gotten you out of that? She says. And he says, I have nothing but respect for you, dear. So now suddenly, after gaslighting her, telling her that she has no right to be upset, that he's basically being a whore on TikTok to get money and leading on multiple girls and etc., he decides to share his location with her. So then she's getting increasingly upset because he refuses to answer the phone. His phone is going to voicemail and he will only text. So she's like, nope, you can talk to me tonight or I'm absolutely done. I'm dead serious. You never treated me this bad before. You can talk to me tonight or I'm absolutely fucking done. Or I'm walking away. So he leaves a message which I will play for you guys in a moment. And she says, okay, I got my answer. He leaves two other voice messages. And she says, by the way, on top of what I saw about you today, I got horrible news about my car. And I got really bad news about me and my medical. And that's what I needed to talk to you about when you were at your meeting. You don't set any boundaries with anybody, but something shady is happening. You're not going to like the boundary I've set. And oh, we have not absolutely not gotten into any arguments. None in the past few nights, especially last night and the night before and the night before that. Your screensaver, I might add. He was trying to tell her basically that they've been fighting all the time, and he wanted to step away. He's like gaslighting her that she's wrong. He needs to set boundaries. So she says, so I decided that since you see everything is fine, which is in your world, and you're letting me go to sleep upset, hurting, you have not tried to call, you have ignored my calls, that you hurt me for the last time. I want someone that 100% has my back, like I've had yours, someone that is going to call me and let me know what is going on. So then she got notification that he removed her as moderator from his life. And she says, oh, and don't even think about slandering my name, my body parts, etc., like you do about Bianca. Because, by the way, part of his lives, um, part of his TikTok lives, that's what I'm trying to say, is Daniel basically talking about Bianca's body parts, especially the lower extremities, in the worst, most disgusting possible manner. A lot of fish and spaghetti are mentioned. Okay? So, I personally, no matter how much I hated an ex or disliked an ex, I would never, ever go live and talk about their lower extremities. But that's just me. So he would do this because he was making money during his lives. And he thought, hey, and let me sit there shirtless talking about Bianca's lower body parts and have girls throw money at me. So then he finally tells her, as you can see on the messages on the far right, um, after these last few days, I cannot do this anymore. I care about you, but I care about me too. And I have to come first before I can find success with anyone else. I realized I need more work than I thought and that I wasn't ready to engage with a relationship with you. It's been stress on stress and I can't do it anymore. I love your son and he is welcome to stay to grind. So now I'm going to play these voice messages that he left for Fallon. By the way, Fallon is trying to get her son out of his delusion and out of Daniel's house because Daniel could be not a good influence around her son, and she has sadly realized that. So she's really trying to get him out of there, but he's 21 and he's in the delusion stage. I mean, Daniel is really charming, I guess. Okay, he's able to get people in this delusion stage for a bit until he starts showing his true colors. So, okay, let me share this voice message with you guys.
I haven't looked at your audio, or I just turned my phone back on. But I just want you to know that I'm gonna sleep on everything. I want you to sleep on everything. Just talk tomorrow, cause um, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened or how this happened, but this is where we're at, and I'm gonna fix it. So we can talk tomorrow if you're okay with it, dear. This is 3 nights in a row that we're like just not agreeing on something. There's a disagreement. I have to wake up early for work, so I am like in bed. We'll talk tomorrow. If I can't sleep, I cannot work, and if I cannot work, I cannot be able to sustain my life.
So that is basically Daniel.
Dear, I care about you. I have to set this boundary. I have to go to sleep. I am not upset at you. I know it seems like everything's terrible, but it's gonna be okay. I promise.
So there you go. A plate of gaslighting from Daniel. But like I said, he could be very charming and people become in this delusional state underneath, his spell or whatever. A couple of more things. First of all, it's come to my attention that he has Bianca's monitor, which is valued at over $3,000 allegedly, and allegedly he wants to sell it on Facebook Marketplace behind her back, which is really fucked up and another prime example of being a douche. And what we see on TV is not what it appears or like it is in real life. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, allegedly, and this makes me really sad, okay? Because he could be a douche, but I don't want him to relapse. I want him to be a sober douche, okay? So, first of all, I'm just going to put this up for you guys. Um Okay, actually, this is out of order. I apologize, but this is one of the reasons why Fallon got so upset with Daniel. Okay, um, gay sugar daddies in prison, his whole, uh, being where the drugs were in prison. You guys read this, okay? This is what one of the reasons, I'm like, ugh. And then allegedly, he is abusing this thing called cratium, which is an opioid, basically. Okay, I am such a boomer Karen. I had no idea this shit existed until I talked to Fallon yesterday. And I Googled it and everything. Okay. This thing is basically an opioid. It is sold in smoke shops next to the marijuana gummies. Okay. And Daniel's abusing these allegedly, taking handfuls allegedly. Okay. And also, allegedly, he had his doctor prescribe him this relaxant, and he takes more than the prescribed dose. Let's just put it that way, allegedly. Okay, so I'm sad that he's not sober. Okay, if he's abusing KTM gummies and muscle relaxants, he's not sober, and I hate to see that. Now, speaking of Fallon, okay, he fucked up with that. And she's really stable. She's a retired defense attorney involved with this charity. Okay, smiles through cars, and she was willing to be there for him, emotional support. She was gonna fly him out to where she lived to meet her family and stuff, even though it's going to be a complicated situation because of her family. But she was just willing to do all this. And he's a douche. And thank God she snapped out of her delusional state before anything happened. So, anyway, before I wrap up this edition of Word on the Street, just a couple of miscellaneous updates. Cameron's baby Lyric already looks like a little old man. Okay. Deontay's baby mama Addie is 9 weeks, showing off her baby bump. Jessica received a little tip and a little gift bag. Okay, she is a DoorDash driver. So remember, all of your service people, during this holiday season, I have my nail tech and the person that blows out my hair. I have all of them hooked up with cute little gifts. So don't forget your service people that, do your stuff for you during the year. So, yes, so Jessica, the DoorDash driver, got a little tip and a little gift from one of her customers. Um, Shantae, I want a bond so tight that even on bad terms, you run to me first. And I think this dude in the middle is the one that she's bonding with. So, and we have Lamar and Andrea, season one OGs. Lamar and Andrea, gotta love them. She says, I'm grateful I have a husband that focuses on solutions and not drama. He says that what are we going to do? He's that what are we going to do about a guy? I loved them. I loved them from season one, even though she was so dramatic. I mean, their whole season, their whole storyline was dramatic, but you knew they loved each other and you knew that shit was real. Oh, back in the day when it was so. Okay, moving on. It wouldn't be Word on the Street without Dylan and Marissa. Okay, Dylan showing off his abs and his pecs, and as usual. So, guys, it's Christmas time. Okay, holiday time, whatever you guys celebrate. And just remember, when someone pisses you off, a candy cane could be another tool. Okay, just sharpen the end. And happy holidays, guys. Thank you for watching me. Please subscribe if you don't already. Hit that like button. Share my video with a friend or 10. And please consider joining my membership. Thanks so much. Bye, everybody.